Good evening. Tonight, or this evening, I want to start with my personal journey, where everything began. So everything started with this picture, September 2002. It's where, during in Maui, Hawaii, we were getting ready to do dive. So before going diving, usually there's a presentation, what to expect, ground time, pictures taken and all that stuff, which is nice. But actually, at the end of this whole story, there was a mention of biodiesel. And that actually captured my attention. It's nice to know what you're going to see, how long you're going to be down there. But actually, biodiesel were more interesting for me at that point in time. And the reason for this, it was a new word that I was not acquainted with. So I was trying to understand it more and more. What is biodiesel? How is it being made? So I started by asking the question to the dive master, because that's the fuel that they're using. And he explained it more. It's more a eco-friendly diesel alternative. He also explained to me that the National Geographic boat that is actually in the harbor is using this and making it. So at the end of my dive, I decided to do my own research. And what I found, it was amazing. Using used cooking oil, converting into a fuel. So if anyone knows, Maui has a tendency to be kind of like Aruba. Small, prestigious dive reefs. So I always kept it in my back of the mind and said, when I'm back in Aruba, I'm going to try this out. So guess what? 2004, I landed on the island, full of energy to make a change. So at that time, I decided I had a pickup, gonna drive around, knock on the doors of the restaurant, and ask, hey, what are you doing with your used cooking oil? At that time, majority was just put in the waste. So I said, no, don't do that. I'm picking up for free. And they love freeness. So here it is. It wasn't a clean job, but it was something that I put my mind to do. So in the beginning, we collecting used cooking oil, reading up on Google, trying to get the right recipe. It's just like baking a cake. Everybody can bake a cake, but everybody has the recipe. So after many trial and error, we came up with something that was being used in my own car. As of today, the car still existed, so that means I did something right. At the end of 2004, I decided, let's make this a bit bigger. There was a potential. I saw the disaster we have on the landfill. I said, this cannot be good. So 2007, after many years of try and error, we are doing it right. I opened my first company, Biofuel Aruba, which started small. We were doing approximately 23 tons a year biodiesel. And then every year we grew. As of today, we are doing approximately 250 tons. So in 2007, where everything became together as a Biofuel Aruba, and we were the first biodiesel producer in the Caribbean to have a fuel pump. So guess what? I'm on the news, everybody wants pictures. Things were going good. So we keep on improving, we keep on better service. Unfortunately, 2012 came along and we had some issues because There was no policy. The government says, you know, it's difficult because there's nothing on the books. So there was a few threats from Valero that I'm taking up some of their business. So at the end of the day, I had to make a decision that was, as of today, is still difficult. I had to close my pump. But my dream was not closed. It actually gave me the next opportunity, which came along in May 2013. The news was picked up in the media. We met some investors from Canada and Europe meets America in 2013. And there was the start of a collaboration between Biofuel Aruba and Antilla Energies. And we decided to open what, as of today, it's called Antilla Energy. Antilla Energy is a synergy. And we don't only look at the biodiesel part. We look at what is energy of life. Knowing that biodiesel is no longer being made in Aruba, everything that we collect is being packaged and shipped directly to Amsterdam Biofuels. We have had, for over 6 years now, a good collaboration. We ship basically a monthly shipment of about 22 tons a month of used cooking oil. So this was a shift. Instead of dumping it on the landfill, now it's going to be in another product that in Europe is being appreciated and many other products are being made of. And one of them is biodiesel. So after many years, we couldn't get too far with the government, with getting policy in place, getting mandates in place for biodiesel. As a company, you have to see, okay, that is going well, what can we do better? Have a passion for agriculture. It was always in the back of my mind. In 2017, we said, you know what, let's try out something new. If we can put a man on the moon, why can't we grow something locally? All of us sometime or somewhere went to Orlando where we could have seen an indoor farm. So that baffled me. I said, well, let's try it. I'm a person that I know is just a challenge. And that actually pushed me. It keeps on pushing me as of today. So 297 was created based on food security. Every day we see containers coming in. Food containers, cool containers, approximately 30% of everything that is imported in these food containers in produce is being thrown away the moment the doors are open. That's disastrous. Just imagine the waste, the methane gas we produce. We import it to throw it away. So I said we must have a change. So we decided to purchase an indoor farm. It was not plug and play, let me tell you that. It was sold as plug and play, but it's not plug and play. It's a lot of experience that was into it, trying to understand the climate. But it was a learning curve, not for us in Aruba only, but also the person who sold us the equipment. So I'm happy to go from making fuels, now I'm planting vegetables. And I keep on learning. Opened it in 2007. I decided, you know what? I need to make a movement. So, as was mentioned previously, I'm a co-founder at United Farmers Aruba, because we do believe with technology, with innovation, with local talents, we can grow at least 25%. of our own vegetables. The Caribbean Initiative, CARIBCON, has 2025 document out that they want to reduce 25% of imported vegetables in the Caribbean. I know we are not within that CARIBCON, but I made that my challenge. And that is my take message for 297 Farm, being an impact. Currently, we are expanding. We are changing the ways that we previously thought it was only indoor farm. We just have a association with a Israel company. And I think that is going to be the next big thing. And I hope that more people go back to the roots, go back to planting something, even in your garden. It helps. We don't have to go to 100%, but today we're at 1%. So any percent above that, we need to applaud. So again, COVID now hit, 2019, 2020. Guess what? Everybody's talking about SDGs, food security. Food security is a problem not from now. Food security was a problem from, I think, when I was born. But it wasn't an issue that you want to talk about. Today, it's a big problem. Can you imagine if the US closed the doors for export? What we have to eat? Cactus? So just think of that. So after doing farming, we're still not happy. As a company, you always want to innovate. Now is a plastic ban. I was like, okay. When I was a kid, buy Coke, you go with your crate with bottles. That means that there must be another way. Here comes Source Aruba. It's a collaboration of a company in the US that basically meets the model of being sustainable and doesn't have an impact on nature, believe it or not. Our bottled water that you buy locally, it's basically tap water put in the bottle. We are bringing a glass bottle that is a circular economy, and it's being made by a hydro panel, basically powered by itself with solar. And it's balanced the water with minerals. So I think the better than that, you can't get it. There's no way I have to plug it. Basically, this is solar, does the work for you. So everybody tonight, have a bottle. It's coming soon. But we took the step already that we wanted. So I just want to revamp a little bit as to where I was, where I'm going to. When I was a kid, it's a linear economy. You buy, you consume, and go waste. Then you're in high school, everybody says, let's recycle. Good concept, but if no one is taking your recyclables, you can't execute. And now the new word, SDGs, circular economy, master plan, long-term plan. But the reality, it's here. But we need to find a way to work together. We need to put the dots together and let's stop making plans and let's execute. The reality, it's not as simple as that. We all know it. This is kind of like what my brain looks like. It looks kind of difficult to understand, but if you break it down in puzzles, we can do this. It's much simpler than a lot of people knows. but we need government, private sector, and advocate to come together and put the difference aside and let's do it. As the minister said in the beginning, we are at a very critical moment that we're running out of time. I think the time has run out. I think now we just have to pull up a sleeve and let's make actions. Action speaks louder than words. And where there's a will, there's a way. Open that road and we are going to push through. But we need your help, everybody's help in here to make this happen. Thank you.